Hello everybody, Josh Brownie back with another update, and today we are going to be looking over a brand new Greenville update that was just released this morning at the beginning of October, which features a bunch of new updates. So, without further ado, let's get into this, shall we? Alright, so starting off, we have a bunch of new cars here. The Greenville staff says that 46 new cars have been added into this update. With, of course, a bunch of refreshed trims and stuff, including two limited ones. Two limited cars are a 2011 BCAM Regen MGTS, like a BMW something, and then a 2015 Idea 2 for milk jug, I think. I'm not sure. Let's see what else we got here. A 1998 Centennial Parliament Limo. Pretty interesting. Pretty nice. A 2005 Velfire Prima, or a Toyota Prius, I believe. A 2005 Ford F2 or 350. I don't know. I'm not like a Ford person. I'm guessing like the 250, the Ford F250. I got a 2009 Prius. And a bunch of new cars added in this update, including the new Chevy Equinox, I believe. And then this one is interesting, the 2023 Falcon Advanced Beast. I originally thought this was supposed to be like the 2023 Ford F350 or something, but I don't know. It looks mean. It looks mean though, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Got a new Mercedes. Excuse me. Got a new Navara Horizon GTR, new Central Glider, new Bronson or Dodge, I believe, 2013 Chevrolet Platoro, or like a Chevy Silverado or something. But these are all the new and updated cars for this section. So also, before I continue on, the specs have been added back into the game. In the last update, which I covered, the specs were gone, and we show like this spec is temporarily unavailable for all cars, which is kind of unfortunate, but I'm happy to see that it's back. So I think the only car I'll actually get for this update is see, I'm not sure. I'll just get the 2005 vehicle, and I'll get the beater. This thing looks silly and all beat up. Alright, so with that, let's get on to the next bit, shall we? Alright, so next off, continuing this update, as you can probably see, this little icon here for the directions is kind of interesting. This, like, compass is quite interesting, and it moves with your like, mouse movement. So if you go third person, move your mouse around, it'll change. Same thing when you go first person. So you could do like some crazy motions with it if you really wanted to. But now let's check out the new truck in the game. The new beater. Oh, that is not a good sound for a truck. Oh, that's actually pretty sweet. When you're at like a low speed, like like a mile an hour, it'll actually have like smoke coming from both the exhaust and the front. So, a new update with this is another new part of this update is a bunch of trees. The trees have been completely changed for the fall, for the winter map. There's Rage Kumar's Realtors. This used to be like a financial. This used to be like an old building that didn't mean anything, and then they changed it into a spot like coming soon is whatever, and then they added this in. So it's glad to see that they put this in. They've turned that old prop building into something. Still technically is a prop building, but it's pretty sweet to see what they turned it into. So next up is Hunty's. Hunty's has got a complete revamp. Now unfortunately I have to mute the game audio because, you know, copyright and garbage like that. But of course it's nighttime right now, but when I was in here starting out, these guys were actually activated. And as you can see, you can actually go up on stage now. That's actually pretty sweet. There we go. You can see these guys are activated now. So yeah, now they're singing and dancing. Hey look, it's me. That's a joke, by the way. But hey, the color does match my persona, sort of. But let's continue on here. So, and in case you're wondering, yes, they still have the office, which I'd say sort of reminds me of the office from FNAF 1, except now it's a lot harder to see the animatronics. So if you're like trying to roleplay a FNAF 1, it's a lot harder to see them, so you have to actually look out the door, see if they actually appear, which I still have yet for that to experience. But then again, it's alright because it's roleplay. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, and let's move on to the next part of the update. So another part of the update is right here. It used to say Joe's Collision and Restoration, but now Gary owns it, and honestly, it looks pretty sweet. Of course, this is obviously a reference to Napa Auto Parts, but of course they had to change it to Papa. Got some old-time magazines. So there's the GVOS to see what else they have here. Old-time magazines, some ineligible readings, and then more ineligible readings here. So they have Chevy Racing and Ford Motorsports. Now, Gary's is actually a job, but it's a non-interactive job. Right here. I'm sure you know how people drive in this game. Yep. I have experienced firsthand what people do in public service. Maybe you can help with the image? Says the title, says the job description. if only. And if only Greenville Incorporated. Right. If only if Greenville Incorporated car damage like first responders, coastal heat, and what they did for the tropical breeze. And then you have the Chevy flag here. You can really explore this thing. Got a bunch of offices. Ooh, some antique cars. I remember this car being added in one of the updates, but you can really explore this thing. So this is like the lounge area where the staff work. Oh hey, I actually owned it. I think I actually owned that car for a while. So it's pretty sweet, and also they added in a whole new garage area. And hold on a second. Yep, these rooms do work. And here we are. We're back out here. That news article has been up there for years. I guess Greenville News is just there's just nothing new on Greenville News. They just keep replaying the same news article over and over. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Another thing. My car dirty? I think so. If they added in where your cars can get dirty again, it's pretty sweet, because I remember they had to remove it because of lag problems. And before you say it, and before some of you even think about it, I am aware that before this update, they had to remove the Lamborghini brand. So unfortunately, all of the people who had Lamborghini cars got your money returned. I'm not going to go into why they removed it, because Aiden Stinson has a video talking all about it. And honestly, he does a much better job than I probably could. But to give you like an overview, Lamborghini got upset because Roblox was using their cars, and because they were pretty well made, they decided to pull an Alsuya and pretty much ban the Lamborghini car brand. Aiden Stinson does a much better job than I will, but I didn't really want to get into it, because another special feature about this update is the Charge Up America. Yes, you can there are actually EV chargers hooked up at the Burger King here. I know it's not actually Burger King in the game, it's called Burger Night, but I call it by its real names. Like, I'll call it just by Best Buy, Burger Night, Burger King, I think this is called, I'll call it Shell. So, I'm happy to see that they've added EV chargers, because I'll be like right here, and my battery will almost be dead, and I just hope that I'll make it to McDonald's over there, where actual EV chargers are. Made it to the next part of the update, where it appears the Cnx Gas Station has been completely relocated to the GVPS. So, I'll just get in. I'll get in my old time truck here. Check the gas stations if they're actually accurate. It says $4. It's $4 per gallon, so I don't know why they said 4 or 5 here, but I ain't complaining all too much because I'm so nice. So they said the entire GVPS area, this area right here, has been completely revamped, and I can somewhat see it. I'm not sure if the building itself has been updated. From the looks of it, it kinda has. This looks like a pretty well made looks like a pretty well made post office. Like, mail your letters out in here, get your P.O. boxes here. If you want to like rent a P.O. box, put it here. Bathrooms. And this is where they like load your packages, throw it in the truck, send it on the way. Here's the lounge area, here's the office area, the main area where you spend the majority of your time with the post office. As like a regular person, trying to mail out your package. So, let's see what else is new about this. There's a mini lake here, which you gotta admit is pretty cool. And this animation here is pretty well done. So, of course there's a tunnel in here, and I gotta see what's going on in here. From the looks of it, it's not much. It's not much, but it's alright. So, I'll get my car back. And looks like we've got a couple new a new house here. A new redesigned crossing. Some new like refineries. And this is actually, before continuing on, this is actually a really cool update. Weather changes. Now I know it's not much, it's just like clouds moving, but I'm happy that there's weather changes back. Rusty's one-stop shop for junkyard needs. So what is it like up here? Got two more gas pumps up here. Alright, so here's the junkyard over here. This is where the people this is where the people work here would go to the office. Looks like the rail line actually goes through the junkyard. Rail yard goes through the junkyard. And down in the junkyard, you'll see some rusted up cars. I'm not going to be able to like identify most of these. I do have this one right here, but this is about it that I recognize. Oh wait, no, this is the Bullhorn Dash that we reviewed on vlogs so many years ago. And then I was gonna say it looks like a Kia Soul, but upon a further inspection, okay, yeah, I don't know why they put that in, but that's just a little insulting to put Flora in there. Ergo, don't know what that is. Old basketball hoops. That old windmill. Honestly, the only thing that I'm not surprised is here are rusted up tornado sirens. Actually, no, that's an old toilet. I can tell that's a toilet based on the shape. An old rusted up arcade machine. An old rusted up dumpster. Speed limit sign. Oh, I was actually wrong. There is one. A 2T22. So I actually was wrong. There is a unfortunate 2T22 that is completely rusted away. Poor thing. So that's the garbage pit. You can explore more if you want to. I'm just like giving a basic overview. So it looks like the tracks back there turned to 2. Now it would be actually pretty sweet to see locomotives in this game. I'm not sure what rail lines run through Greenville, Wisconsin, and Appleton. I don't know what rail lines run through Appleton, and I don't know what rail lines run through Appleton and Greenville, Wisconsin. I would assume it'd be like something like CSX or Norfolk Southern, or something along those lines, like a major Class 1 railroad. Maybe a couple Class 2 railroads. Sort of like the Wisconsin variant of the Florida East Coast or something. But I think I covered... Oh wait, there's actually something I completely forgot to cover. So let's discuss that, shall we? So the next part of the update is, you might be wondering, why are we at the Greenville DMV? And why do you have a truck out? The new Falcon Advanced Beast? Well, because I wanted to show you something special. You can now add vanity license plates to trucks now in Greenville. Now, I'm not sure if this applies to, like, the bus. I'm not sure if this applies to the Horlock Patriot. But it's pretty sweet. Now I can take this and like, oh yeah, STM-CHSR stands for Storm Chaser. And I put it in Oklahoma because, well, Oklahoma's a pretty sweet spot for tornadoes, especially in May. Now, whenever there's a storm out, I can hop in this, like, ooh, there's a storm outside. Ooh, there's a storm outside, I'm gonna chase it. 5 minutes later, the National Weather Service in Appleton has issued a tornado warning for Allegheny County in Wisconsin. But this would be a great truck to storm chase in. And also, I really have to love the attention to detail. So if we go in the green GVOS here, you'll notice that the lights here are actually lit. The attention to detail on this truck is amazing. It's amazing the amount of detail that they've put into this truck. Especially with the engine coming out, the antenna here, even some of like the beats, like the 37 here, and I believe this says some beast. All across here, this truck is just amazing. So, I don't think there's anything else new to discuss in this update. Alright, so there are a few more minor features about this update, like rear AEB. I'm not sure if it'll work. Okay, it does not work for like NPC cars, but now you won't like reverse into your friends. Instead the AEB will go beep 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 beep, and it'll stop you before you can reach there. So so there are a few more updates. Like, you can change where your plate can go, like front and back, or just back only. So that's another sweet feature about this update. So, and for y'all who own private servers, can pause, and I assume you can like pause and resume the in-game time. And then you can change the weather to be like sunny, cloudy, overcast. And the leaves have also fallen. And also, for convertible cars, like, for example, I'll pull out my 5 million Roadster here. You press... I don't think it works for this car because... Alright, it won't work for that car because that has a special feature on it. But I'll try and see if I can get like a convertible. Hold on 1 second. I wonder if it does this. Ambient lighting is no... Oh, so that's what it is. Newer ambient. Alright, so a couple more minor features about this is launch control, which are now active on some updated cards. So it's going to be added on some other cards as well. A new hybrid system for all hybrids in the game. I want to say that This is the Prius I own. I put the California puppets here just for the fun of it, and also because it's a blue, and also because it's like a powder blue Prius. I did it for the joke. So it's a new hybrid system. 70 miles an hour is pure electric / gas. 69 and below is pure electric mode and sport mode. So like I'll do 65 miles an hour. And what? It should be like, yeah, pure electric. And also when you have cruise control enabled, you can't go any faster from what I've noticed here. I'll test to see if it's the same thing in the H2. Like, I'll set the cruise control to 65. Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice feature. So you could just like let go, sit back and relax. Maybe press A and D, and it's also pretty sweet is that if you hit something, it won't like stop the cruise control. The only way, as far as I know, you can stop it is by actually holding down the S button. I'll show you in good old trusty here if it'll work with like the Alt key, because the Alt key puts it immediately into park. I'm not sure if it'll do this. Okay, so kind of, but not really. It'll just put it into park and then it'll stay engaged, but that's a pretty nice feature. So I think that covers pretty much everything here. So thank you all for watching. Josh Brony is signing off.